let's talk about creating. I think that many of us, especially when we have lost that connection with our spirit, with our inner child, if you will, we think that creating is something that looks in a certain way.
Kinda boring, kinda plain. I forgot the sound of my name. Pretty easy, pretty sure. Had no wish or courage to open a new door. So far from where I've been.
Making music, making YouTube videos, crafting something, kind of arts thing. But creating is you evolving with something, being present enough so you feel that flow state. And I do think that we are all creator beings at core. And the reason why many of us don't feel fulfilled is because we have lost that connection. Sometimes it sneaks up on us. We get inspired. That means that our spirit flow is present enough so that we feel something within ourselves. And maybe we want to act upon it, but then we fall back into the old patterns, the old conditioned mind, and our old so-called identity. And identity is something, it can be a positive self-image or a negative self-image, but your identity is not you. It's just a construct of the mind, and more importantly, it has no fixed form. You are an infinite being, and you have endless of dimensions and versions within yourself. So if you are thinking about starting something new, maybe you want to try YouTube, or maybe you want to try knitting, or write a blog about your keto favorite recipes, I encourage you to follow that. Don't let your ego mind identity, the illusion of who you are, get in your way. Well, it's true that maybe you don't know anything about making music because you have not done it yet. Those are just talents and skills. These are just different versions, different roles that you develop throughout your life, and with those roles comes different amounts of skill sets. And I used to be the person who states things like I am, and then fill in the blank. It could be positive self-images and negative, and I thought that to be true. Well, I know, for example, that I have a brain in this current physical form, version of me in this physical dimension, and with that brain, that is just equipment, it has this program called ADHD, but I am not ADHD. And yeah, it sometimes makes things easier for me, sometimes harder for me, because that is just how my vehicle is operating at the moment. But I do believe that we can become whoever we want to become. And when I talk about becoming, I'm not talking about creating a new identity. I'm talking about creating a new version of you. And if you think about it, you already have different versions of yourself that you know about. You have the parent version, if you are a parent. You have the daughter version, you have the friend version, you have the lover version, hopefully. You have the colleague version, you have the maybe not so nice shopper at the grocery stores when the milk is out or whatever. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that you are creative. Don't let your lack of creation in the past state that you are creative or not. Problem solving, that is one direction of creation. And I know how it is to be consumed by the concepts created, like time and money, and they are just concepts, and they can be very valuable depending on how we view them and how we apply them. And that leads me to my favorite thing that I love to talk about, and that is the 15-minute method, because time is a tool. And it's awesome that you and I can book an appointment. Let's say that we want to have lunch 2 days from now. That's awesome. But I think for most of us, we have this inner nagging sense of that time is consuming us. We don't have time to do what we want to do. And that is, I think that is such a waste. We are gifted with this life experience, but we are not filling it with the creator's desire within us all to express and explore and actually do something of value. And this is my firm belief. When you do something of value, meaning that it feels good in you, you are creating from a place of the highest form of service. That is my firm belief. And it doesn't matter if it is writing music or helping your friend with her breakup because you feel, invested and love to help people based on your knowledge on bad relationships or whatever. That is a form of creation. So, but to take this a little bit further, to claim that time in your life, because if you think about it, if you rush through this entire life, fill it with all those different tasks, and you from time to time and often don't even know why, you're just doing them because you are supposed to, that is very strange way of honoring this gift of life, because doing for the sake of doing doesn't equal value. I think that is so important to say. Being busy is not the same as providing value. And my recommendation, if you feel like, yes, I want to create, maybe you have your dream vision already. And remember, your dream vision is just a current image of something much bigger and purer, if that is a word, that comes from within. Your spirit's desire to create. And currently, maybe that is to buy your dream house. But now we were talking about creation. Maybe that is to paint that wall in your dream house. You want to create, you want to be creative. Many people connect with this from time to time, where we have different passion projects like renovating the house, if that is something that you love to do, or I don't know, baking, or come up with new keto recipes if that is your thing. And the reason why I mention this is because I have always felt connected with this creative outlet of mine, making music. And 10 years, maybe 11 years ago, I changed my diet to a more low-carb diet for many reasons. One of them is the ADHD equipment of my mind. And I remember when I started to research different recipes, and I fell in love with baking and coming up with new recipes. And I was like, I had no idea, because I could bake for hours and hours and hours when I just got started. And that's the point, getting started. And that is when the 15 minutes comes in. Block the time in your calendar. Do it for the entire year. And my recommendation is that you use Google Calendar. I know I love an analog, the paper kind of journal. I love that as well. But the beauty with Google Calendar is that you can, switch the block. You don't remove it, but if you for some reason overslept and this 15 minutes to alignment of creation is in the morning, you can just, move it to later. And it becomes like a visual priority for you. And then even if you have no idea what you want to create, that can be the first step. Take a journal, buy a new beautiful journal and sit with it for 15 minutes and just start writing whatever comes to mind from the spirit flow of your spirit, of your creator being. I hope this awoke something within you, that you feel inspired. And remember, if you feel inspired, it's because I just pointed you inwards to that portal, to yourself. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear if this ignited something within you, if it made the decision to apply the 15 minutes to success method, or if you just want to share your ideas regarding your dreams. So remember, keep on creating, but first start creating, keep creating, and follow your inner dimension and let it evolve.
Stereo, violent motion.